Hello YouTubers, I am Nina Stakz of Onyx Arts, and this is Review in Black. And this week I'm going to be dropping a couple reviews of just a couple films that I think maybe you'll enjoy seeing with your family over the holidays since Christmas is coming. So today I'm going to review this really beautiful little film called Waves.
This movie is a celebration of life. It has an epic feeling to it.
The wise and noble father's going to be there to hold it down.
Really? Where is he? Where is he? If you see him, will you send him my way?
Sometimes we need to remember what it was like to be a teenager and be with them where they are.
You don't know how good you got it.
Okay, so Waves, I haven't done a lot of research on it, so I don't know if it's an independent film or not, but it stars Kelvin J. Harrison, who is an amazing up-and-coming actor. He's a really young guy. He stars in the movie Loose. He's in a movie on Netflix that recently was released called It Comes at Night. He's in one of the best shows on television, Godfather of Harlem. But he's a really dope actor, and I've seen him in a lot of stuff, and he's getting all the gigs, and he totally deserves it. So that's Kelvin J. Harrison, and it also stars Sterling K. Brown, who we all love. This Is Us, or he was in Black Panther. Sterling K. Brown's amazing. So anyway, Sterling K. Brown, Kelvin J. Harrison. This is honestly one of the better films of 2019 to me. Only because the story, that although is a very universal story, is played out by a black family. And there's not a lot of movies that are just intimate portraits of a black family. Not since maybe Soul Food, you know, have we seen a strong black family on screen. So to describe it, I would have to call it, honestly, it's a beautiful intimate portrait of a strong black father who is pushing his son, and he's there for him, and he's doing everything he can, and a tragedy happens, and the father has to deal with if maybe he was going too hard on his son, or if the son, you know, just wasn't cut out for the pushing that his father was doing. But a big tragic thing happens, and I don't want to give, if I say anything about it, it's basically a spoiler, so I'm not going to say what happens. But it's this big, it's a strong family, teenage boy. They also have a teenage daughter who is played by, and I'm sorry, I cannot remember the young lady's name, but she's this beautiful little girl that was in the movie Escape Room. I don't know. She was the girl who's at the end of Escape Room and like was there the whole time. I don't know her name. I'm gonna look it up, and it'll probably be in the video. I'll probably like pop it up next to me. But so the movie is split in two parts basically. The first half of the movie is about the son. It focuses on the son. Then this big tragic thing happens, and it kind of switches to what I believe is his younger sister. I don't know if they were, as far as how the siblings were, I don't know if they were twins or if they were both just close in age. But yeah, the second half of the movie sort of just switches over to the daughter's story, and it ends up being about how her family copes with the tragedy that happened to the son, how she is coping with the tragedy, because it is something that the entire town knows about, the entire school knows about. So she's kind of left there dealing with what he did. And it's just beautiful. I think it was beautiful. And like I said, it's the first time we've seen an intimate portrait of a black family like this. And it's not something where, I'm not going to name any names, but it's not one of those movies where you have like the bad guy and you have the good guy, and the good guy's going to save the family. Like, it's not the made up, like, it's really authentic feeling. And it's a special movie. You should totally see it, and you should see it with your kids, especially if you have teenagers, because there's really big important messages about just making good decisions, and about not letting peer pressure and pressure kind of affect your decision making. So that's a really big part of the movie that I think is really dope, and I really think you should see it with your kids. Now, the one thing that I absolutely hated about this movie, is the fact that in the second half, where it switches over to the daughter's kind of life, the daughter gets paired up with literally the worst like dude they could find as an actor to play her boyfriend. It's like the weird white guy at high school who like doesn't really have any other friends, so he just hangs out by himself, and he clearly is like doesn't have all his eggs in his basket. Like I don't know, but to me it's a theme in movies where there's a black woman and she's always like, if her love interest is like a white guy, he's always a little off. It's never the handsome jock or whatever. You know, it's always got to be a little, in the majority of movies, not every movie, but they really went hard with that on this. Like the guy is really like, she's just this beautiful, amazing girl, and like the love interest she has is totally, she's way out of his league. So it's very strange. Now, one controversy that I did hear about this movie, that's actually one of the controversies people are talking about on the web. But the other controversy that I did hear about this movie is that it was in fact written and directed by a white guy. If I remember correctly, he also shot another movie. I think it may have been Loose, another Kelvin J. Harrison movie. But a white guy wrote it, and it's about loosely based on his life, he says. But he wanted to use a black family to tell the story, and there's like controversy about that. I'm like, why is there controversy about that? If we can show a family dynamic, we need more movies about family dynamics. And I don't care who's writing it. I don't care if it's black or white, as long as every black person in the movie isn't in the Crip gang selling drugs. Like, and every black person isn't a crackhead, or there's not some weird false narrative about black people who are all doctors and lawyers in the movie, because that's not real. Like, this movie feels real, and it was entertaining, and it was relatable, and it's definitely a dope movie for your family to see over the holidays. So check out Waves with Kelvin J. Harrison. By the way, I am not paid to do these reviews. I got nothing. All right? So if I like the movie, it's because I like it. It's not because they're paying me to say it. Trust me, I don't do that. Trust me. If you watch one of my reviews, you'll know. So stay tuned. I'm going to review a couple more movies this week. I'm going to review Farming, which is a very interesting story that is based on a true story about a black guy who joins like a skinhead organization. Very interesting. And they've also released the Bass Reeves story. There's like a biopic about Bass Reeves. So I'm also going to review that, because I feel like those three movies are something you can definitely hang out and watch with your family over the Christmas and New Year holiday. So you guys, thanks for tuning in to Review in Black. I'm Nina Stakz. Make sure you stay tuned for the next one and turn your notifications on, subscribe, do whatever you got to do. But I'm going to be here and I'm going to be reviewing all sorts of things. Sometimes it might be food or restaurants. Most of the time it's going to be movies though. But Review in Black is about anything that's melanated and that I think you should find out about or know about or see. Okay? Thanks again, and like, subscribe, do all that. Okay? Bye. Oh, wait. Michelle Rainey. Thank you so much to my makeup artist, Michelle Rainey. She came to my house and told me how to do makeup because I'm a total tomboy. So, Michelle, thank you very much. If y'all need any of your makeup needs in the Atlanta area, contact Miss Michelle Rainey. Okay, for real. Bye.